everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and I usually like to show a lot of local areas in New York City, but I happen to be around, the weather's really perfect, so I thought why not explore a wealthy area in New York City, 57th Street, or they call it also like the Billionaire Row, which if you guys go to Central Park, you can see mostly like the skyline from that street. And all the way how they design the buildings, they got like the tall skyscrapers, but they design like really thin, so I feel like it's a futuristic design and giving New York City like a new skyline. So I'm gonna go deep further into the street and take you guys with me, so join me. This is it right here, 57th Street, and I walked the street many times. I drove by the street when I go to Queens, because that's where I bought my car, but I never show you guys the video. So you're gonna find like a lot of wealthy stores, a lot of millionaire people or billionaires that live around here. They own properties over here, so you're gonna find, like I say, a lot of stores and a lot of high-rise buildings. So today is Sunday, so you're not gonna see really much movement, but during the rush hour there'll be a lot of people, you know, outside the pandemic, of course. And here Broadway, you know, we just threw the video there like last week. It passes over here and it goes all the way downtown and then uptown, but then you can start seeing, you know, the tall buildings. Like this one over here, it's been really tall building. Like I say, you see like the mixture of architecture combined, and they meet together with the new architecture, so it makes it pretty interesting. And then as I'm walking around here, you can see what I'm talking about, the new buildings with the old ones. Like this little building over here, probably nothing special for you guys, but it's pretty cool, you know, the way how they have the architecture. Then we got like this new high-rise building, and then over there you see that little thin building. That's like the tallest residential building in the whole world, I believe. Alright, Park Avenue. It also goes through 57th Street. So I think I might cross over this way, because I think you can get like better views. Or the buildings that are on this side I'm standing, I think they're pretty much more interesting than the ones on that side. But yeah, and I think I took advantage of this Sunday. It's not too many people, so good for you guys to see it, you know. I found something pretty funny. I'm not sure if it goes down for good, but like in the middle of all this tall buildings, you see like a diner over here. But I think they got those around New York City, like a Brooklyn diner. I'm not sure if it's open or if I gotta go around and see if it's open. But then we're gonna walk further, and you look at that beautiful building over there with this old one. So I'm gonna try to cross the other side of the street so you guys can see the other architecture. And by the way, that brown building is Carnegie Hall, which a lot of people, they do like performance and stuff like that. Pretty iconic. A lot of people, you know, it takes time for you to get over there. Just like, you know, it takes time to get to Broadway. So we just cross the street over here, and then you can start looking at this tall buildings. This building that you see over here, it's actually a hotel. Park Avenue. And you got a subway over here. I'm not sure if it closed down for good because of the pandemic, but yeah. It is Park Avenue Hyatt Hotel. Not sure if it's fully hotel mixed with residential buildings. And then, like I said, this is the Carnegie Hall over here. This is 7th Avenue, which goes all the way there, and Times Square's over that way, but yeah. I think over there is Central Park, so you know, it's pretty much like an exclusive area. But yeah, you can appreciate the movement that's going on over here. This building's really tall. I know it's a hotel, but it's a really tall hotel. And then I like this structure over here. And then this is what I'm talking about, like this new buildings that they're building. Look at this building, how tall. Look how thin the building is, but it's really tall, you know. With the technology, everything is possible. It's kind of changing, you know, the skyline. It changes the skyline. It gives it like a futuristic design to New York City. Like it feels like you're watching a movie, I don't know, from the future, but this is how it's changing over here in the city. Hey there, I like this building. I think, yeah, this is still the Carnegie Hall. And look at it, it's like a movie scene. Look at this building. It looks like it's a blade or something, really sharp. And then the Hyatt. And then they got this one over here. Connected with this new buildings. Like a lot of buildings in New York City, you know, they used to be like I'm talking about the new ones. They used to be like old buildings, so they tore it down and then they built a high-rise building. And for some reason I can understand why they call it like the concrete jungle, but it's mostly, you know, buildings all over. Like I've seen some places where they got like thin area, you know, the space is so limited, so thin. So I'm like, there's no way they're gonna build a building over there, but they still managed to build a building. So it's like everywhere in the city is filled up with skyscrapers. But the good thing is that they, you know, in some parts they have parks and stuff. But if you want to get like, you know, like a more residential feel or something, then you just gotta leave Manhattan and go to places like in Brooklyn or Queens. Like I figure for all the boroughs in New York City, Queens is the one that has that feel like if you're outside the city. Of course there are areas that are more crowded, but it gives you like that little feel like, you know, like you're in the suburbs or somewhere around there. And then one thing that's pretty classic in New York is like when they build or when they renovate a building, they always put like this sink over here. So that's something that they do, you know, to maintain the building. But then over here, let me show you like old architecture. It's all part of your apartment. There goes the bus, but then I like how they set up, you know, the address over there, 111 West 57th Street. Like it looks pretty iconic, pretty. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, that tall building that looks like a blade, I think that's the entrance. I'm gonna show you how thin it is. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This building that looks pretty much like a blade. And I believe that's gonna be like the entrance. Not sure if they got like another entrance in the back, but it's crazy how you could just walk past by and not know that this is an entrance to a tall. It's not just a thin building. The building is like really tall. Just like those buildings over there, you know. So yeah. And then if you go further, you're gonna take the Queensboro Bridge, which will take you to Long Island City section in Queens, New York. So yeah, I figured something that's pretty interesting. And then this building, I don't know if you can see it, but I know that's not gold, but I just like the way how they have those little designs over there. Like it gives that old building like a classic way. Then you can see the top also. Like the architecture, you know, it has so many details into that building. Dang, not sure, but this is what I'm talking about. You see an empty space over there, and I guess they're gonna develop something else. And then over here, you see like another empty space, and I guess they're gonna develop something else. So even though they have like a high number of buildings and skyscrapers, in New York City, they just keep on popping buildings no matter what. Buildings over here, over there. But yeah, you can see a lot over here. Empty space, but yeah. And in the nighttime, I think this is nice because they have these lights here. And it's pretty much like Christmas, but we're in the spring. And then over here, something else I'm trying to tell you. Like over there, you see an empty space. But then there's another empty space there. I guess they're gonna build a building. But then look at this building. It's like the architecture, old buildings, entrance. Like everything is so detailed, you know. Then you got this building that it looks like, I don't know, it looks like two buildings connected with one, or it looks like a spaceship. Like this is a place to be, like if you're really into architecture and stuff like that. Or if you're planning to study architecture, then I think you should at least once in your life come to New York City. You can see the different varieties of buildings, from old buildings to the new architecture. Like here you can spend a long time, you know. And then over here you see like another empty space and they're gonna build. So even in 57th Street there, you can see how the old buildings look like. But then here they're probably, I don't know, they dig in, they're gonna pop up a new building. Then you can see, like I said, they put this over here every time they renovate. So that way you make sure, I guess nothing falls, you know, when the people are walking by and passing by. You can see how the street looks like in the Sunday, you know, pretty empty. But at the same time, I think it looks pretty cool, you know. And if I go over that way, the buildings start to get a little bit more older, but it's still pretty cool. And then as I walk over here, it gets pretty more interesting because the 57th Street connects with 5th Avenue. You can see here, really expensive stores. And there's a bus there. But look at this building, architecture, but dang, another expensive store. But it's still pretty, you know, it's pretty to admire all these buildings and all this architecture. So yeah, pretty good. Here it gets a little bit more busy because I guess it gets closer to the bridge, but you can admire all the architecture over here. And there's more development going on over here, so pretty busy area, you know. Then I guess when I go in the east side of 57th Street, I guess the buildings start to look a little bit more older, but in the west side it's like modern. But no matter what, you know, old or new architecture, I like it all. I think I prefer better like the old architecture because it's so unique and it's pretty hard, you know, to design buildings like that way. But yeah, it gets like a pretty interesting vibe, like this little tall skyscraper over here. Let me show you. You can see how tall it is, but then look at this entrance, how beautiful it is, so unique. But then I see this over here, not sure if it's British Embassy. And that's another thing too, when you go around the east side of Manhattan by the Park Avenue area, you're gonna see like a lot of embassies from different countries around here. Mostly they're all like in little streets, but they have like, you know, brownstone buildings and all of that. But I think that makes it pretty cool. It's actually not even, it's just a store. They got those beautiful buildings over there. And then you can see how the street goes up and down. This is Park Avenue, another major street in Manhattan. So yeah, it's pretty cool just to walk around in the store because I feel like it's a really good vibe. You know, here you can see this building. Look at this entrance, it looks pretty strange but pretty unique. And then you see this building over here, pretty cool. Then over here, not the black building, but that little thin tall building, that's like the tallest residential building in the whole world. Park Avenue building. And then a lot of people, they have like different, you know, opinions about the design of the building. Some people say it's like an ugly building. I don't know, I guess the way how it looks like so basic but so tall, but you know, everybody got their own opinion. So that was the end of my video, walking around 57th Street. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.